This at one time used to be Roxborough Baptist Church, and it's the church where I grew up. And it has a lot of memories for me. I sang in the choir. We would sing at the sunrise service on Easter. It was out in the parking lot, and we would be dressed in our choir robes with all our warm clothes underneath, and we'd have the harmony trumpeters come and play along with us. I was baptized on a Palm Sunday, and we wore white robes that had fishing weights in them so that they wouldn't float up to the top, and it was really something wonderful. The Roxborough Baptist Church was founded and chartered in 1789 when George Washington was inaugurated as our first president. This is actually the fourth church building. Two of them were back in the cemetery somewhere, and to this day we don't know exactly where they were. And then one structure was burnt to a crisp. This was the fourth structure that was built, and then this particular sanctuary was added on in 1926. I think when people sometimes want their own way and they insist on it, it causes heartbreak. And that was part of the demise.
Epic Church started in a movie theater in 2008, and we experienced some pretty good growth right off the bat there. So we started with one service, we went to 2 services, and then we started a new location in Roxborough High School, which is just up the hill, a couple miles from that Manayunk location. We were in that high school for 7 years, but the building was not quite ideal for a church. This church that was originally called Roxborough Baptist Church, that pastor came to us one day in 2019 and said, hey, we are not really self-sustainable anymore, and we would love for another like-minded church to continue the mission.
When I heard that Epic was coming into the edifice of Roxborough Baptist Church, I was ecstatic that the church building was not going to be turned into an apartment building or a karate studio or Lord knows, torn down. It would be a shame to see something like this go by the wayside.
So this is our renovated space. Very similar in many ways, same old doors, but a lot of difference for sure. Working through the design of a 150-year-old building and figuring out how to renovate it so that it met the needs of our church today, while also keeping the integrity and kind of the character of the building was definitely a challenge. We approached CDF and they approved us for funding in 2019. And so now when you walk into our building, you see a very fresh, modern feel to it. It feels open and it feels welcoming, and yet you can go into the worship space and see this stained glass that if it could talk, it could tell so many stories of the changes over the years.
It's nostalgic to think about what it was, but sometimes we get stuck in our own ways. And this way, you know, it's breathing life into the church, the community. It's an adventure, never a dull moment.
It was really exciting to see how energized our church was to be able to come to a building that was theirs. It's neat walking in because we get to see the stained glass, we get to see the pews, we get to see the high arching ceilings, and think about who has worshiped there before us. It's a great reminder that we serve a God that's timeless, that as culture changes, God is still relevant, He's still there, and He's still worthy of our worship.